Are you Matthew Aldridge?
I'm the attorney of fact for Matthew Aldridge.
You were what?
The attorney of fact.
Attorney what?
Of fact.
Attorney of fact. And what does that mean?
You know, his authorization to do legal representation.
Are you a licensed attorney?
No, I'm simply an attorney of fact.
Okay. And does that mean you have?
All right, guys. Today's court hearing is absolutely wild. We've got Matthew Aldridge, or at least that's what the paperwork says, but the guy standing at the podium is pulling the classic I don't have a name routine. He's calling himself the attorney of fact, which, by the way, isn't even a real thing in law. These sovereign citizen types always try to argue that the court doesn't have any authority over them. But here's the truth. Courts have jurisdiction over anyone within their area, period. The judge isn't buying this nonsense for a single second and completely shuts him down in the most epic way possible. By the end, the judge outsmarts him so effortlessly it's almost satisfying to watch. Let's go ahead and dive right into it.
Present a criminal defendant, and to do so otherwise violates the criminal law statutes of the state of Tennessee and could land someone who attempts to represent themselves as an attorney at law in serious trouble. I understand what you're saying. I understand you're saying an attorney in fact. And what I want you to understand is that if you have a power of attorney, then you need to demonstrate that power of attorney. Do you have a legal document called a power of attorney?
No, I do not this time.
Okay. Then you don't have any authority to act on behalf of Matthew Aldridge in this court. You have no legal authority, nor do you have any authority through a legal document to represent or to act on behalf of Matthew Aldridge.
Why did the court just let me file this document?
Show it to the bailiff and he'll.
Exactly. This part is just peak sovereign citizen nonsense. The guy's standing there acting like he's cracked some secret loophole in the legal system, when in reality, he's just wasting everyone's time. That attorney of fact claim? Completely meaningless. Like you said, real attorneys go through years of schooling, pass the bar, and get licensed by the state. You can't just print off a piece of paper and declare yourself a legal representative. That's not how any of this works. What's wild is how confident these people are while quoting made-up laws that don't exist anywhere in actual statutes or case law. And yeah, it definitely feels like this sovereign citizen stuff has been popping up more and more lately. Maybe because clips of these hearings go viral online and people see it as some kind of rebellious act instead of realizing it never ends well for the person doing it. The judge here clearly wasn't having any of it though. Total pro. Calm, patient, but absolutely firm in shutting the guy down. You could just tell he's seen this routine way too many times before.
Day on his case, which is set for trial tomorrow. And as a result, you have no standing, sir, under what I know what you're trying to do is to try to use the sovereign citizen approach to this situation. And I'm simply telling you that you do not have the right to represent Matthew Neal Aldridge. If you are, in fact, Matthew Neal Aldridge, then you need to say so and stop this nonsense, because what you're attempting to do has no legal effect. You cannot challenge the criminal law or the jurisdiction of this court by simply filing some legal mumbo jumbo having to do with civil litigation. That has civil litigation in it. It is not a criminal case that you have cited. So it has no effect on this court regarding the criminal statutes of this court. This court is empowered under the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the state of Tennessee, and by the duly elected citizens of Cheatham County to empower and enforce the laws of the state of Tennessee. And that is what I'm going to do regarding Matthew Lynn Aldridge. Mr. Aldridge is set for today to appear in court personally on what we call our last plea day before his trial date tomorrow.
Is that an Article 3 trial?
To what?
Will that be an Article 3 trial? A trial by jury with jury?
It would be a trial by jury. Certainly it would be. But I don't know who you are. And I don't think you have any authority if you are not Matthew Lynn Aldridge to appear before this court. And you're wasting valuable time to all of these other citizens who are here today. talking, you stop talking.
Nah.
No, you will when I'm finished talking. You are wasting the court's time by doing this, and I'm just simply instructing you that if you are in fact Matthew Lynn Aldridge, then this is your last day to settle your case. The trial date is set for tomorrow, and unfortunately, it will not go forward because of the fact that I have a conflict and I have to be in Stewart County on a civil matter. So we're going to assign a new trial date for.
This judge is honestly handling this entire situation like a total professional. He's calm, composed, and completely in control while shutting this guy down at every single turn. The so-called attorney of fact nonsense barely even got off the ground before the judge dismantled it piece by piece. It almost feels like the judge has dealt with this kind of thing before. Maybe a few too many times, because the second the guy started spouting his made-up laws, the judge just wasn't having it. And that moment when the judge joked about him not being able to say his own name, pure gold. Judges usually stay pretty stone-faced in court, so seeing a bit of humor slip through like that was actually hilarious. You could tell he was both amused and over at the same time. But really, this whole exchange just proves how pointless these sovereign citizen antics are. No matter how confidently someone delivers fake legal jargon, it's never going to override real law or the authority of the court. In the end, all it does is waste time and make the person look completely foolish.
Whatever this document is that you have filed is in fact invalid because it does not cite any valid criminal statute, and therefore I'm denying whatever that might be in the way of a motion. The trial date will be July 15th. The last day for Mr. Aldridge to enter a plea or go to trial will be July the 8th. July the 8th. Now, we're going to give you a card. If you are in fact Matthew Aldridge and you're just playing games with the court regarding this nonsense that you filed, then you may get this card and you may go on about your business. If you are not Matthew Aldridge, then I would suggest to you, you relate.
Sovereign citizens are honestly something else. These are people who actually believe they can just opt out of the legal system by claiming they don't recognize the government's authority. They'll rant about things like common law or the UCC, which stand for the Uniform Commercial Code, while completely misunderstanding how those laws actually work. Just to clear it up, courts operate under federal, state, and local laws that have been around for centuries and are backed by the Constitution. I'm not sure if they realize that or not, but there's no secret loophole where you can just decide the rules don't apply to you. Yet, these people keep clogging up courtrooms with ridiculous arguments, wasting everyone's time, and accomplishing absolutely nothing except walking out with a criminal record. From a legal standpoint, the whole sovereign citizen defense instantly collapses because of one simple concept: jurisdiction. Courts have jurisdiction over anyone within their geographic area, no matter what kind of made-up legal jargon you throw around. It might sound clever inside their little echo chambers, but judges have seen it all before, and they're not buying it for a second. And for anyone wondering, try and dodge taxes or get a speeding ticket dismissed using these tactics doesn't just fail, it can actually lead to harsher penalties for wasting the court's time. Personally, I don't get why people keep doing this. Do they really think they're outsmarting the system? Or is it just some strange form of rebellion? Either way, it's ridiculous and honestly kind of sad. They're not fighting the system at all. They're just making complete fools of themselves. Anyway, that's going to wrap up my breakdown for today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what you think about sovereign citizens down in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and take care.